Welcome to Strength Series with Jay. This show is about one thing, getting you strong. So join me as I lead you through 12 progressive workouts that will have you overcoming the impossible in no time. Welcome back to Strength Series. Thanks for joining us once again. So today we're going to progress with your swings. I hope they're going really well. We're going to set up, and what we're going to do is we're going to change your two-arm swings to a one-arm swing, but really all the same principles apply. So we're going to jump right in. Sarah's going to set up for a one-arm swing. The only difference here before she gets started, and the only reason why we're doing this, is there's a little bit of a rotation element now. If you think that there's kettlebell on one side, it's going to try to twist me, so you need to resist some rotation. And because you don't have two arms, you need to have a bit better grip strength and shoulder strength to keep that shoulder packed where it is. So we'll set up slow here. I want you to set up like you're going to do a two-arm swing, just the same as last week. Then you're going to grip with whatever arm you're deciding to do the swing with. The other arm's going to shadow, and all the same principles apply. So let's do 10 swings, getting deep into your hips, feet rooted, not too much knee bend. Those powerful glute contractions at the top, powerful exhales at the top, keeping your spine nice and long. Good, and then park the bell, and we'll switch sides right away. So there'll be no break in between sides. Good. So for your first one-arm swings, I'd recommend using a lighter weight. You're going to really feel it in your shoulder, really tugging you. And you can shadow with this other arm or not. I prefer to. It makes me feel better. You'll see some really good people, they don't shadow with the other arm whatsoever. But you just find whatever helps you get into your hips a bit more and then resist that same rotation. So what you're going to do is, again, 3 rounds, taking 60 seconds rest in between, but no rest in between arms. You can stop anywhere between 10 and 20, wherever you feel like you lose that powerful hip snap, and then just match it on the other side. So once you're done that and you've done all your rounds, we're going to move to the rings again, and we're going to work on our chin-up some more. Once you've completed all your rounds of swings, we're going to move on to the ring chin-up, or building up to the ring chin-up. So what Sarah's going to do is she's going to set up here for the ring chin-up, or the negative, and we're going to work through the full range of motion now. But we're going to build up by just coming on the way down. So this is a common way to get you used to having your own body weight and then building that strength through that tension in that full range of motion, so not just holding at the top. You can do this by either jumping up, getting someone to boost you, or having steps. But we're going to just jump right in to show you what it looks like. She's going to jump up, make sure she's got a good top position, and we're going to take 10 seconds to come down. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, touch, and let's jump up again. So we're going to do this 3 times total. Let's go 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, touch, back up, walk right out, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. So, like I said, this is an important part of the puzzle to getting your first one, or even if you can do them, it really refines the process because you get to strengthen through that whole range. You're not kicking through any speed bumps, or you're not throwing your chin up over. You've just got this perfect rep in your brain for when you start really doing chin-ups. Now, once you've done that, we're going to move on, or we're going to pair that with a tall kneeling kettlebell press. All right, now that you've finished your chin-up, we're going to move into a tall kneeling press. So this is getting ready for heavier push presses, but we're going to go down onto both knees, and that's going to prevent you from basically cheating it and shooting your ribs forward. So Sarah's going to set up. Both knees are going to be down, knees pretty close together to form a narrow base. Takes a bit more stability. And what you want to do is get those glutes tight, rib cage down. So you can't see from the side, but try to get out of this position, and it really prevents you from, using your legs or shooting your ribs forward. You stay nice and stacked. So again, she's in that plank-like position. Grip, belly, bum, all fire, and then press and hold for a second overhead. Good. Now pull the weights back down, reposition yourself in that plank, and go. Nice. We're going to do this for 5 reps now. It's a lot harder, and the reps are going to be going down. Good job. And as soon as you try this, you'll notice it is a lot harder than being on your feet, or it just keeps you more honest. Good work. So what we're going to do is we're going to pair this with our chin-up. You're going to do 3 rounds of each, and then you're going to take 60 seconds again in between. So once you've finished this press, we're gonna keep progressing our Turkish get-up. So this one, I'm not gonna have weight. I'm gonna demo, and I'm gonna have Sarah pausing for quite a bit. It'd be pretty mean to use weight. But again, you can use weight as you need to. The Turkish get-up will start the exact same way. So whatever hand you're using, that knee is bent. You can take this foot out just a little bit. This arm is about 45 degrees. So you want that to be stacked right into your shoulder, nice and rooted there. We're gonna post up just like we did in the last episode. So let's come up. And again, same thing applies. This is in, shoulder sucked right into her socket, sternum up. You should feel maybe even a cramp in your lat right here or just behind your shoulder blade. Then you can reposition this hand just a little bit because we're gonna come up onto our hand. So let's drive up a little taller. Good, and then we're gonna do the same thing. So if you feel like you roll forward in that shoulder, you're going to exactly corkscrew the ground away, tuck that shoulder right up. Now, at this point, we're gonna move into a high bridge, very much like the mobility class from the last week. So pressure on your heel, pressure on that hand, squeeze your glutes, bridge up. Good, and hold that nice straight line. Again, this looks amazing. This is stacked straight, and we're gonna lower the same way. So down to your hip, down to your elbow, keeping your shoulder down. Think of pushing the ground away from you to come back to the floor. So that counts as one rep. You're not gonna take it quite so slow, so we're gonna do this next one in real time. You just wanna pause for like a 1,000 at each position. So let's come up, packed, 1,000, up to your hand. And if you ever find, so we'll say that was 1,000, but if you ever find this is just really bunched up, feel free to move your hand. You can always reposition, everyone's got different proportions. And then tight, pressure, bridge, 1,000. Down, elbow, push the ground away. Perfect. So we're gonna do that 5 times per side, no rest in between sides. Then take a little short 30-second rest, and what we're gonna do is called a single arm overhead split squat. So Sarah will set up to split squat. I'm gonna give her this weight to use. Good. Okay, so whatever arm presses up and overhead, so you can do that first, and get stacked, the opposite leg is gonna go forward. So there's a bit of twisting, side bending element here, like the weight doesn't stack appropriately, and that's the whole idea. You need to stabilize. She's gonna do a split squat, so you're gonna drop into this hip, knee, and ankle, and back up. Good. And you don't have to touch the ground, you can go and hover. Nice work. So just like the reverse lunge we've done previously, you're trying not to put too much weight into that back foot. In fact, it can even stay a little bit straighter, maybe push the ground away from you and load you more to the front. Let's do that again. So we're gonna do 5 reps, and then that arm has to stay racked. Good, bring it back down. Let's try the other side. So you might feel a little bit wobbly if this is your first time doing it. Try widening just a tiny bit and see what happens. So again, those points are grip, belly, and then you want to use that front glute as much as you can to bring you up. Nice work. And that load should be going straight down. This will be important later for those full Turkish get-ups when we get to them. Nice. Let's come down and rack and put it away. So again, we're only gonna do 2 rounds of each of these. So you're gonna do the Turkish get-up into what's called the high bridge. You're gonna do that 5 times each side, take 30 seconds, do this overhead split squat, 5 times each side, 30 seconds again until you've done that 2 rounds. And once you've completed it all, our last stretch of the day is just a single leg deadlift. So I'm gonna get Sarah to put this behind her back. And going on theme, you can see a lot of these stretches are really about control and strength and tension. You're not just reefing on any body parts. So for here, we're gonna be working on your hamstring, more or less. And what you're gonna do is drive one leg back as far as you can, staying pretty stiff-legged, moving just from your hip, and then back up. So it's okay if you get a little bit wobbly, that's part of the process here. The idea is you're not gonna really stretch this hamstring beyond the point where you can stabilize or that you have the strength to get back up. And actually we're gonna do same side, so stick back to the first leg. So what you're gonna do is 10 reps on one side, and then you're gonna hold that last one for 10 seconds. So let's pretend this is the 10th one. Good, let's go chin tucked a little bit more. I'm gonna rotate your hips just a bit more. And then that 10 seconds, you wanna feel like you're really stabilizing through this hamstring. You can even challenge the depth a little more, full breaths, then pull with your hamstring to come back up. So again, that's just 10 per side, 10-second hold. And if you want, you can film yourself on this one too. There will be a tendency to sort of flare out, but don't worry if it's a little wobbly your first time. And that's it for this week. Thanks for joining us. We'll catch you next week.